It's Week 15 of the 2022 season, and we'll be watching the Browns' electric quarterback as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Browns and the Ravens, all that and more, coming up next.
First opened in 1999, there's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight we've got an AFC matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Cleveland. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they'll be led out by Marcus Mariota, former 2nd overall pick back in 2015, now in his 8th season in the league.
He's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
To throw quickly, here's Mariota. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Play action now, Mariota. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season, and that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. So opening drive, 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Marlon Humphrey on the defensive side making that look easy from his corner position.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 12, Mariota, and the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So a long field ahead for the Ravens to start things out. They'll be led out by last year's Super Bowl champion QB in his 14th NFL season now out of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Now it's Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at the 20. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it out in order to try and get the upset win.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now Mariota. Swings this out for Hunt. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford. That's into the hands of Prochet. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing is Stafford. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Jordan Stout now. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
To the sideline, and it's caught, but, boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Mariota. And it's knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up.
So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just one or two receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
He'll decide to keep this once more. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
Stafford now to throw. And that is incomplete. Now it's a punter, Jordan Stout. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now the Browns coming out on the field. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Play action. Stafford. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll try the draw here with Dobbins. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Now they went draw play there on 3rd down around the goal line. Something you normally like to see, Charles?
Oftentimes people are prepared for a pass in this situation, so the draw is a good call, but it's better when you usually have a lead blocker. If you don't have a fullback, you can use your H-back to pull in front. Sometimes you pull a guard to get out in front. Maybe it's your tight end, but they find a way to create a little bit of extra space. A bit of a surprise down near the goal line, but it was effective in this situation.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Browns getting set to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. On third down, Mariota. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run here with Dobbins. And his defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. The Ravens on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And he'll go underneath here to Drake. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Here's Stafford. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Mariota now on 2nd down. And he whips that one incomplete there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw, Mariota. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a 1st down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Mariota on 1st down. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Chubb will get the call running left. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd and 2, Mariota over the middle, complete. It's Grant, and he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Off the play fake, Mariota. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mariota. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That's a big force of completion there to bring up 3rd and 1. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Cade York on now for the field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. York able to send this one through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. The Ravens on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
It just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this, I'll take it, I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. They'll try the air now with Stafford. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Stafford. Toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They're going for it with Dobbins. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 60 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On first down, Drake. Down to the 22-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And they'll get him down right about the 20. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw. Stafford trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns will take over possession here up at the 44.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Browns set and ready to go on offense. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. Following the interception here, Mariota. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play that time for Cleveland. 49 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Mariota now. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jakeem Grant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are an extra point away from evening this one up. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Stafford. He finds Bateman over the middle. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 55 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Cleveland offense making their way out. Looking back to that first quarter, they struggled, but now here in quarter two, they seem to have some rhythm.
And it really shouldn't be a surprise to us, because when we were in the production meetings, we asked a few of the players about, hey, what if things get a little rocky early? They all said the exact same thing. We're prepared, so we're confident things will work out. And so far, they have started to do so.
Those three words we hear a lot: stay the course. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now a throw here to his running back. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up second down. Play fake, Mariota. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. First down, Mariota. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To the air again, Mariota. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. To throw again on second down, Mariota. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end, as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Cade York on now for the field goal. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. York able to send this one through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Some of the best games of the weekend come in that 1 o'clock Eastern window, one of which features the Panthers at home in Carolina, as they'll have to contend with the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Then later, they'll let the sun die down a bit in Tampa. A late start here in Florida, where it'll be the Buccaneers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And then lastly, we wrap up Week 15 on Monday night. What a battle this will be. The Rams and Packers from a very chilly Lambeau Field. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Ravens. And it's been the running game that's pushed them to this halftime lead. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Browns, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Fielded just outside the goal line. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. Charles, for them, a pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the option, here's Drake. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And right side, they're going to go option here. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Stafford. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2, just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands, and yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Stafford now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So after the conversion on fourth, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. And right side, they're going to go option here. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Stafford. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So a failure to connect on 2nd down. That leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Tucker's kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 2nd and 9, Mariota. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture for me. But somehow offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mariota flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The former Minnesota Golden Gopher Rashad Bateman leading this offense back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. The Browns set to take over.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry. At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mariota. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he's going to have a Browns first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. He completes it to Beckham. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 59 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying up this ballgame. And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running, on the go-route, making a play.
Speed, speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that will tie things at 20 all. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's OBJ, Odell Beckham, who ends it with a touchdown reception. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. From the 6. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Ravens ready to take over. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Stafford. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 33 yards that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Drake. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line.
69 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Throwing on third down, Stafford being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it back. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. This a 43-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and they have regained the lead. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp.
From the 30 on second down, Mariota gets around him, and he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first down instead of airing it out.
Mariota on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Grant.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10. Incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now Mariota eluding the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Mariota from the gun on third down. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 16. A gain of 22.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They run again with Hunt. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Kareem Hunt, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Browns have taken the lead here this third quarter. No success on first down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. And the Ravens taking the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Play action, Stafford.
Pass out left finds Kohler.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards that time.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. That's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker. and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Stafford's throws on target to Duvernay. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 41-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Back to throw, Stafford.
Open man is Duvernay.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On first down, Stafford here.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They'll hand it to Drake here on the option.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st.
51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That right there, good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
To the right side, this is Edwards. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
On the option, here's Drake.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Now it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it. This time doesn't work out. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they've converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
Room here to run. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there on that play. I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing there, but this pass is going to end up incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Stafford. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And he'll go underneath here to Drake. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
They need to block in the back. Offense.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Stafford got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Open man downfield is Duvernay. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 31. A give up the middle to Dobbins. Stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now a draw play with Drake. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. I love those plays. 4th and 1, that's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he stopped immediately there. 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens have taken a 4th quarter lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. 1st down, Mariota steps away to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Finding Hunt, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here, time ticking away. Mariota's throw taken in by Grant. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Here's Mariota. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. Over the middle, complete. That's Hunt. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Mariota yelling out the play call as he hustles everyone to get set. Another completion here to Hunt. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Mariota. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And he's brought down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A lot of pressure here for Cade York. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to tie things up in the final minute. And his kick here is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And with time of factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Now Stafford. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. His throw incomplete. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. So a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This one fielded at the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
113 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Running for the shotgun with Drake. And he'll get this up to about the 40. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
Holding offense.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. First throw in overtime for Stafford. That's complete to Robinson. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. They'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down. Decision time now on 4th and about a yard and a half.
I can still hear my high school coach, John Ford, right now. I want my #1 play with my #1 runner over my #1 blocker. Get me the first down. But some may very well say, punt this thing away, pin them down deep, and play field position.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. What can Mariota do in the OT? Pass complete on the out route to Beckham. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 70th catch for him on the year. Like so many others, this goes for a first down. Mariota. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down. From the 41, Mariota. It's caught by OBJ. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Mariota. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. From the 24, Mariota. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 14. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Mariota. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, Mariota. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Mariota. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down. But from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Well, the entire game coming down to this kick from Cade York. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Browns are going to win the football game.
Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that, because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score near the end of games, as we know, because everyone tightens down. But no such issues in this game. The scoring started right away and held up at a steady clip the remainder of the game.
So for the Browns, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they've plummeted now to 3-11. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town.